All right. Hello, chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. We're back. And today, we're playing Resident Evil. The review went up this morning, but in a cruel twist of fate, that I've been dealt a bad card, chat. I woke up this morning sick. Woke up sick. Of course, of all the days, it was today. Now, I'm not terribly sick. I feel pretty good for the most part, but I have this insane fire in my throat that has not been quenched with anything, and a little bit of like nasal pain, like no congestion or anything, but just pain. That's about it. I have nothing else. I am the last in my my house to get this. Not even quenched with honey. Dude, I've already downed so much honey this morning trying to, and no, it's not working. A glass of oh yeah, for your sore throat. Whiskey. Why didn't I think of that? Of course. Why did I not think of that? Anyway, we're playing Resident Evil. Right away, questions. First of all, no, I'm not doing all endings. Because yes, there are 8 endings, but a lot of them overlap a lot. So I decided that instead of doing 8 whole playthroughs of Resident Evil 1, instead we would just go for the unlockables. So we'll get into it as we go. Second, I used the original PS1 release for the video. I'm not gonna play that version for the stream because while it's a great version, there's no perfect version of Resident Evil 1. And the original is great. It's my personal favorite, probably. But for doing like 100%, it's missing a lot. It's missing a lot. So what I'm using is actually going to be that new GOG port that they just did, like, what, a couple months ago? Which is essentially just a native PC version of the director's cut, not the DualShock, the director's cut of Resident Evil 1. Meaning more content, but nothing like crazy. It's just a little bit extra that they added in like a year later. Anyway, I'm gonna open it and we're gonna start. Jesus. Okay. That was a little loud. It might be loud. It's a little loud. It's a little loud. Jesus Christ. Okay. There's a way to fix this. It also just does this whenever I tab out. Maybe this version was a bad idea. Maybe I do boot up the black box version. Oh, and hold on. We're in 4x3 as well, so give me a second. There we go. Better, right? It can go over a tiny bit more. Perfect? Pretty much perfect. Professional streamer. Look, this port's new. It's not perfect, By any means, don't play previews. Stop. I forgot that's a thing. Well, here we are. But hello. Looks like people are saying Jill first. Oh, okay, hold on. Well, now my controller's not working. Let me Alt F4 that real quick. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Aha! There's some controller action. I don't know why it wasn't working. Dude, don't tell me it's if I tab out. Hold on, if I tab out, go back. Okay, it's not. I don't know what it is. Okay. So, roadmap, right, chat? This one's real simple. Resident Evil has unlockable, thank you, unlockable rewards for doing certain things within the game. The first and easiest of these for us to get, I think, are the extra costumes. Both Chris and Jill have a special costume you can unlock. Alternate costumes. Nice, simple, classy. Here we go with demos again.
Nanomachine, son.
You motherfucker. The way that we get them. How's my voice, by the way? All things considered. You know, with being sick and all that. How's the voice? This is director's cut? Yes. It doesn't say director's cut in the menu, but this is the director's cut version. It has all the director's cut content here. Sound pretty normal? Sweet. Cause I don't feel normal, but if I sound normal, we're good. Snake. Anyway. Special costumes. These are simple. We can do them pretty casually, and we can just take our time and have fun with it. Because all you have to do is get the best ending on the respective characters. So we got to do a run as Chris, get his ending. Get a run as Jill, get her ending. This is kind of risky, and I'm gonna just admit it straight up. I think I know, just off the top of my head, how to get the best ending for both. Just like I have that ingrained in me. So I'm not going to be using a guide for this. If you're not familiar, which you should be, you should have watched the video, of course. But if you're not familiar, throughout the game, there are little points where the game will pay attention to what you do in certain situations. And those choices, your behaviors, will affect the ending. I think I know all of the choices and such that need to be made to get the best ending for both. When I played for the review, I got Chris's best ending, and I think I would have gotten Jill's, but I forgot one thing at the very end, and I know exactly what I forgot, so I think we're good. Anyway, I'm gonna start a game. The poll has decided, by a very slim margin, but poll has decided Jill first.
Resident Evil.
One of the best announcers in video games right there, by the way. Just saying. I don't know if that's just me. I think it's one of the best. Chat? What? What, the percent? Or chat deciding that we're playing Jill instead of Chris? Jess would have wanted Chris. How could you? Jill would have wanted Chris. For a second, I was like, what's going on? Did I miss something? Okay. I was making sure everything's working right. Jill Valentine it is. I got a question. What's the question? He's a veteran. Yes. You're not wrong. Now, that doesn't mean nothing's gonna go wrong. But
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone situated in northwest Raccoon City.
where we're searching for the helicopter of our compatriots Bravo team, who disappeared during the middle of our mission. No, I haven't found it yet.
Behold. The best voice acting of all time.
Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. Bravo team went to the hideout of the group and disappeared.
It's in color? Yeah, so this has the uncensored cutscenes from the game. The PS1 versions got censored on release. These are the uncensored FMVs. So you'll see color, A, and B, some camera shots that were never there before that are a little gory.
Nobody was in it. But strangely, most of the equipment was still there. However, we soon discovered why.
I love this intro so much. It's...
Hey! Come here!
Some bright yellow hair. Wesker's hair is something. His face. The intro to this game is just a work of art, truly. What the fuck am I watching?
Joseph!
That's one of my favorite lines. Fucking Joseph.
No! Don't go!
This is better than Alien Romulus? I'm sure it is. Someone needs to make a BRE movie. It does kind of just feel like an old, like, 90s B movie, right? In, like, the best ways.
Chris Redfield.
Oh, shit. This got censored in the PS1 version. Chris smoking a cigarette got censored. That's...
Jill Valentine.
Anyone who's really familiar with the PS1 version,
Barry Burton.
Chris is the only one who, like, they pull up a little mini window player of, like, scenes that you just saw, and that's why they were covering up him smoking a cigarette in his intro.
Albert Wesker. Resident Evil.
Didn't they make, like, 8 RE movies? Unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately. Tank controls, tank controls are fine. They're fine.
What is this? Wow, what a mansion!
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
Stop it! Don't open that door!
But Chris is...
What is it? Maybe it's Chris. Now, Jill, can you go?
I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
Okay, let me handle this. Stay alert.
Thank you, Wesker. Thank you, Wesker.
A dining room.
A dining room, Barry. Thank you. Oh, shit. Okay, so here's gonna be a fun part. I played the PS1 version last week. The controls are different. Oh, thank God. I was like, the PC version, I can rebind, right? Okay, hold on. Let me just make sure this is all... Option would be that. Okay, it was actually mostly right aside from this. Booyah. And then, okay, now we're cooking. I'm ready. What is that screen? This, or you mean the binding screen? It's because this is the PC version. We're doing the GOG version right now. What confuses me is that RE1 and 2 got the DualShock version, even though tank controls on analogs are ass. I agree. I absolutely agree that tank controls on,
What is this?
what's it? Thumbstick?
What is
Not
it?
good.
Blood.
Don't like it.
Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Hope this is not Chris's blood.
Me too, Barry. Me too. You continue investigating. So yeah, there are some runs that we'll have to do that are very strict on time. This run, we can be pretty chill and just enjoy the game in all of its glory. All we have to do is get the best ending this time through. Oh, the doors. I love this shit. First run should be chill. Yeah, like I was struggling a little bit because I was like, man, doing this, like doing a casual run almost feels like a waste of time. But then I realized that, what's it called? I realized that the costumes exist, so we're not wasting time if we just do a run where we get the best ending on each character, right? It's still productive. Oh yeah. Now that's some uncensored goodness. The head drop is normally not a thing. This is all good. This is all good. We're back. We're back.
Barry?
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this.
I can't hear them talk. That was so loud.
What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
Not Kenneth. Not Kenneth. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm just every step of the way. I love this game. I love this.
Wesker! Help me look for him, Jill. And don't leave this hall for the time being.
I won't. Wesker! Hello? This screen always confused me as a kid. Because it always, like, I thought the ceiling looked really weird here. But literally, like, last week, when I was playing for the review, it hit me that, this is from the staircase. There's like this is just the bottom of the staircase. You can't even actually see the ceiling. It was like a light bulb moment for me, man. I just always thought there was a weird looking ceiling down here. Like the background had been rendered out in a weird way.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Beats me, too.
Now it's Wesker's time to disappear. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it can't be helped. Let's search for him separately. I'll check the dining room again.
Okay, I'll try the door on the opposite side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay? And Jill, here's a lockpick. It might be handy if you, the master of unlocking, take it with you.
Thanks. Maybe maybe I'll need it.
He said the thing. He said the thing.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. This time I'll be there.
One of the things. Barry has a lot of things. He has a lot of things. But that's one of them. Master of Unlocking. Does this version... Will I? I don't have... What? There's a typewriter. Yeah, no, I was checking if there were ink ribbons here. It didn't require me to use an ink ribbon. Does anyone know what the deal with that is? PC version thing? Maybe. That would fucking suck. I love ink ribbons. Quality of life improvement? No thanks. I don't even think that's a quality of life thing. I think that's just like a core piece of the game. Fake experience. Oh, shit. Oh, I did drop a save. Hold on. Is there a way for me to get back to the main menu without Alt F4ing my game? It just said new game and load. There wasn't like a difficulty select. I did both pause buttons. Oops. Okay, hold on. Okay. If they did cut ink ribbons from the fucking PC version, which... Ink ribbons are now set to New Game Plus. Okay, here's what we'll do, chat. Here's what we'll do. Because this version does have more unlockables and stuff, right? So I definitely want to do this version. Actually, we can hold a vote. We can hold a vote. I can fucking ditch the PC version and boot the PS1 version instead. Or I can just limit my saves artificially, as if we were playing with ink ribbons. We can just do it anyway. In this version, on your first Jill playthrough, you don't need ink ribbons. All right, we'll stick with it. Oh shit. Chat, I need someone to go on like a Google scavenger hunt for me real quick, okay? How many ink ribbons are available in a Jill run of Resident Evil? See, normally there would be ink... Oh, this is gonna fuck with me. There would normally be ink ribbons right here. This is gonna fuck with me. Not having ink ribbons around. 69, it's not that many. Maybe like... If I had to guess... It might be like 18. Something around that. I act like I don't know what's gonna happen. 28 for Jill? Really? All right, 28. Sure. I feel Cole's pain. No pain. What difficulty? RE1 doesn't have... Well, the original release didn't have difficulty. Later ones, I think, added, like, advanced mode. And was it DualShock Edition that added a range mode? I don't think I have a copy of DualShock. Although I might. I don't know. I have a lot of versions of RE1 sitting around. If something gets taken out of a game, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just like the fact that they're not here. 14 occurrences of ink ribbons. Yeah, that sounds about right. Because it's 2 apiece. Deadly Silence? I'm not playing Deadly Silence. I've never played Deadly Silence, actually. But I think it was DualShock that added in a range mode, because I remember hearing somewhere that they added the arrange mode because RE2 was taking so long. So they released a version of RE1 that had like remixed item placements and stuff as an option. And I think that was DualShock, not Director's Cut. Because I have a Director's Cut copy and I don't remember the items being all that different. Oh god. Oh no, chat, what do we do? If only there was a incredibly handsome man somewhere around in this mansion to save me.
Hey, what's going on?
Jill? Is that you, Jill?
I can't fucking hear them.
Barry, help me, please. The door won't open. Quick!
Stay away from the door, Jill. I'm gonna kick this door down. Hurry! This way!
What is the audio mixing on this version? I vaguely hear them.
Oh, Barry!
The music is just way too
That
loud.
was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
Gibble sandwich.
But Barry, didn't you say you're going back to the dining room to do some research? Why on earth are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check. Now, let's get back to searching for the lost captain and Chris, shall we?
Thank you, Barry.
Thank you, Barry.
Yeah.
Is there a setting to turn it down? No. No, I did the pre-launch config too, and there's... Chat, should we just boot up the PS1 version? Should we say fuck the GOG version? Should we dip out for the PS1 version? These are the options. Right here, you're looking at them. These are the options. Do we just go to the PS1? I think we just go to the PS1 version. Unless you care about achievements. GOG doesn't have achievements. Press no, 9, that's this button. That brings us to the options screen. That's this. This is it. Give me a minute. It's gonna be like nothing happened, chat. It's gonna be like nothing ever happened, okay? Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this. Subscreen is your inventory. Don't worry about what's happening. Don't worry about this, chat. Don't. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Just don't get the DualShock one. I do have the Director's Cut PS1 version, but I have it on digital on PS3. This is my actual... This is a dumped copy of my black box copy that I used for the review. This is the version that I used for the review. This is the actual original PS1 version. But it means less unlockables, I think it's just a better version, though. I had never played the GOG version. I was not prepared for all the weird little differences that were there. I'm gonna have to turn your audio back up now. We'll have to figure out the audio as we go. That PS1 magic. Oh yeah, that boot up. So we hear the thing again? Yes. No. There are going to be some trade-offs that, you know, some things here won't be quite as nice. We won't get uncensored cutscenes. But overall, it's going to be better. We'll just speed run through the first, like, 2 minutes here. We'll have ink ribbons.
What is this?
And this is why I used this version for the review.
What a mansion.
Hold on, I'm checking audio.
Captain Wesker, where's Chris?
Is that good, audio-wise?
Stop it. Don't open that door.
But Chris is...
Does it need to be a little louder, or is that good?
Maybe it's Chris. Now, Jill, can you go?
I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
Okay, let me handle this.
Bit louder. We could do that.
Stay alert.
That should be good. This does look better. Why? Yeah, so this is why I used my original copy. The GOG version is upscaling the game, but not by a lot. This is upscaled to native 2K. Internal 2K. And because it's good old-fashioned Duck Station, baby, we also have things like geometry wobble and like culling corrections and all that, right? So the models are like clipping into themselves less. If you've ever upscaled RE1 just raw, you'll notice that the models in this game clip through themselves like crazy.
What?
But you throw on some Duck Station fixes and you get this, where they just kind of don't for the most part.
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues.
Do you like this or the remake better? The remake of RE1 is like my second favorite RE game. Maybe my favorite. It's like second favorite, could pull itself up to being my favorite, potentially. Kind of depends. You know, it's one of those things where every time I play the remake of 1 again, I like it a little bit more. A filter for the backgrounds? No. It doesn't look good. PGXP? Yeah, I have XP on somewhere. You see that? No head drop. This is fine, though. Can actually hear now. Yeah, with the music mixing, it should be better. And also, I was noticing... Oh, here's gonna be a music mixing moment.
What is it?
Watch out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of this.
Better.
What is it?
Kenneth was killed too. Maybe by this creature. Anyway, let's report this to Wesker.
What I was gonna say is I was noticing, mostly with like the ambient music on that GOG version, there was a lot of like fuzz. Like it was a really low quality file it was playing out of, it sounded like. There was just a lot of like noise in the background of the track.
Help me look for him, Jill.
And I'm not hearing it here.
For the time being.
Why am I red today? I'm sick. Thank God I sound normal at least, but I'm sick.
Find anything, Jill?
Nothing. What is this all about? I can't figure it out at all.
Beats me too.
Only beaten by Silent
Now
Hill and
it's
maybe
Wesker's
Parasite
time
Eve.
to
You see what I
disappear.
said, False?
I don't know what's going on.
You know how I told you that all the survival horror
Can't be
fans
helped.
run in the same
Let's
circles?
search for him separately.
Right
I'll
there.
Check the dining room again.
Look at that.
Okay.
Have you still
I'll
not
try the
fixed
door
it?
on the opposite
No.
side.
So what they did,
This mansion is gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get lost. We should start from the first floor, okay?
so I use a
And
browser source, right?
Jill, here's a lockpick.
And
Might be
they
handy
made
if
it
you,
so
the
that
master
with a
of the
popped out
lock,
window
take it
like
with
that,
you.
you have to sign in.
Thanks.
And it broke
Maybe I'll
everything.
need it.
It broke the way that I do on-screen chat. Had a hand in my appreciation of the M9.
Listen. If something happens, let's meet up in this hall.
What do you mean you have to sign in? Here.
This time I'll be there.
Check this out. Give me a second. Oops. I did not mean to click that. Okay, look at this. Oops. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. Oh my god. I swear. There we go. You see that? So because it's asking me to sign in now, I can't throw any of like my actual filters and stuff onto it. It completely broke all the custom code that's running through it. Let me just make sure this is right now. Yeah, okay, we're good. You could sign in. I can't because it's not an actual window. It's, I know, it seems like it's just like, oh yeah, just log in. But you can't actually log in. It's not actually a window. It runs through OBS. You just put the link into OBS and it renders that link. I can't actually sign in that window. A dock? And use the dock's link. What? What are you talking about, a dock? An OBS dock? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't know what that is. Check this out. Now that is a key piece of the experience, chat. It's crazy. The music quality is so much higher here. It's quieter. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I can't believe I did that. Hold on. Sorry, I saw someone bring up the M9 as well. Here's something that I cut from the script because that video was just longer than I really wanted it to be. They made these cool fucking 3D models. These, by the way, are not the same models that are used in gameplay. If you ever go to look at an item like this, these are entirely separate 3D models. The detail on these is so much higher because they legitimately just modeled every item in the game purely for you to open it in your inventory and like spin it around and look at it like this. Just one of the most like random, unnecessary things, but seeing like high quality PS1 weapon models is kind of neat. Because they'd never actually be able to look like this in gameplay. And I'm just a big, what's it, PS1, like, visuals kind of guy. I love the look of PS1 stuff. Why not have character use this? Oh yeah, so here, hold on. That same gun that we were just looking at, this is what it looks like in gameplay, right? Completely different model. Not even close to the same thing. Give me the deets. Just too expensive. Would have lagged out the console. Would have been too much to process. Too much to render. Really just cannot be stopped. I'm also sick. But yes. It made me realize that I never grabbed these here. Too many polygons to use in gameplay. But hello, Studio One. Thankfully, like, I did wake up in the middle of the night just randomly at like 1:30 or something. And I felt the sore throat coming on. So before I just went back to sleep, I went upstairs and I took some zinc supplements. It's like an immune booster that you can take if you feel yourself getting sick, or if you just are sick, you can take it to boost your immune system a lot. So I immediately ran upstairs and took it. And now, like, after actually waking up today, I really just have like the sore throat and some pain in my nasals. But that's it. I feel pretty all right other than the fucking fire in my throat. We're not talking little sore throat. We're talking a lot of sore throat. Check this out. Bow. Bow. Oh, okay. Well, there goes a bullet. Menthol. I've been drinking water all day. I tried some honey because I normally just use that for my voice. That didn't do a whole lot. I took medicine. Hasn't really done a whole lot. It just fucking hurts. Red Bull or whiskey? You are the second person to say whiskey. There's no way that that works. That would have to make it worse. Right? There's no fucking way that that works. This has to be sarcastic. It does. I just refuse to believe that that works. There's no fucking shot. Also, well, I don't drink, but if it were like a medicine thing, I could probably make an exception. I just typically don't. Like, at all. Better than anything? You guys are so full of shit. It can help numb and soothe the throat. See, there. That kind of makes sense. That it could numb the throat. That weirdly kind of makes sense. Just a shot. I am terrified of what a shot of whiskey might do to me at this point. I'm actually just horrified by the thought of what that might do to me. Even just one shot. Because I was never like terribly lightweight, but when I tell you that I haven't drank in 6 years, like at all, I mean it. Becomes a pirate. I feel like it would be like that, genuinely. Six years ago, you were like 12 years old. Yes, I'm 18, definitely. Trust me, bro. I don't drink and I have no desire to. I dropped it. Like entirely. I cut it out. Now we wait for a big, tall, beautiful man to come and help me. Please. Does craft beer count?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Jill? Is that you, Jill? What happened?
Barry, help me, please. The door won't open.
Are there any others you consider after? We had a bunch of Capcom stuff on the list. Hold on. Devil May Cry got pretty high on the votes and stuff. I'm only talking over this because we just saw it. For the record, I'm not normally going to be doing this.
Oh, Barry.
Let me look, because I just have to like look and see where the Capcom is. I know there's a few on here.
You're right. Barry, thanks for saving my life.
Dino Crisis is on here.
But Barry, didn't you say you're going back to the dining room to do some research? Why on
Capcom,
earth
Monster
are you
Hunter
here?
isn't Capcom, is it?
I just had something I wanted to check. Now, let's get back to searching for the lost captain and Chris, shall we?
Oh, it is Capcom.
Thank you,
Yeah, that's
Barry.
on there.
Yeah.
I know so little about Monster Hunter. I mean, that should tell you. I don't even know who owns it. I don't have like a ton. Did I ever put Mega Man on here? Or is that on the list for next time? Because I swear it's on the list for next time at least. Is this director's cut or original? It's original. I was going to do the GOG version, but we got like 15 minutes in and I realized that it was kind of just not as good as the PS1 like black box original version. So I've gone back to the PS1 version on emulator, just upscaled it. Bitch, I don't fall for that anymore. I played this shit too many times. I know better. Make some room. I hear him. Oh my god, he's walking into a wall. Ah! Ooh, okay. That hurt. Is he dead? I don't think he is. He might be. That was 5. He could be dead in 5. I think he's dead. Yeah, dead. Let me just go here. Does this game have difficulty modes? The original release did not. There's just this difficulty and nothing else. But if you have Director's Cut or DualShock, those both added higher and lower difficulties. Or I don't know if both have an easier difficulty. I know both of them have like an advanced difficulty. I think at least one of them has an easy mode that's below this. Chris and Jill. Yeah, just the actual like OG original. You just chose between the characters and the characters are different. So like Jill is pretty much the easy mode. Chris is basically the hard mode. And that might sound dumb. It might be like, well, wouldn't Jill be like the normal mode? No. It genuinely is like such a night and day difference between them. I feel like it's legit accurate to say, actually, let me just mix these two and yeah. I feel like it's completely fair to say that Jill is easy and Chris is hard and there just is no normal because there's such a difference between them. Clip, those are mags. Don't even start. Don't even start. Did I read you guys that one crazy comment I got on like an old RE4 short from when I was talking about those? Or from when I was doing videos talking about that game, rather? That came out really weird. I got an unhinged comment where, okay, for reference, I was talking about, I believe it was Hunk, who his active ability gives him bottomless clip, which is a general gaming term for, God damn it. Battle.net. Why are you always open? General gaming term, just meaning you don't have to reload. You have infinite ammo in the magazine. It's called bottomless clip, just as a gaming thing. So I say bottomless clip, and on that short, there are so many comments who are like, it's a mag! It's not a clip, you dumbass! Have you ever held a gun in your life? They have no idea. But, fuck. Thomas, get off of Overwatch. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Does that apply to Remake also? Remake's a little different. I think Chris is a little easier in the Remake, and Jill is a little harder in the Remake. In my opinion. I think the difficulty is a lot more even between them in the Remake. But Chris is definitely still harder than Jill. Like, by comparison, he's definitely still more difficult to play. Less inventory space, lack of bazooka. He does have more health. He's always got that going for him. But he's also got some pretty big downsides. The title is Give Me Peaceful Sleep. Tired middle-aged man. There's a switch below. Will you push it? No. I know this puzzle. I just always have to like go through and remember where everything is. Picture of a newborn baby. Switch. No. Spoiler, they all have a switch. So when I just don't read the second half, that's it. Picture of a young man. What all we got? Different characters supporting them through the story. It does play a factor too. Barry will show up to help you, like with the shotgun, where he like saves you when you get into a bad spot. Whereas Rebecca can die during Chris's playthrough if you don't save her. Like, you need to go and bail her out. Whereas when you play as Jill, Barry will just come and bail you out. You're not gonna like the apparent fix. I mean, I assumed the fix would just be make a new chat box. Like, that's kind of the conclusion I landed on. There's a message. Give me the peace of death, and I'll give you the joy of life. There's a switch below. Okay. Just for the hell of it, for any of those out there who haven't played the game and who might get curious enough to just press it anyway, just to show you. The Ravens are coming. I always thought that was such a weird thing. For like, if you fail the puzzle, all the birds just jump out and try to attack you. Oh, you have to go to the new OBS? Man, fuck. I don't think I'll be able to do that. Like, I genuinely don't even think that's an option. Why are you not playing Chris if he's hard? First of all, pause. Second of all, we have to do both of them. Chat just wanted to do Jill first. I let them vote. Okay, newborn baby. The remake hint on this is way better, by the way. Young man is not what I want. I think I always have to think about this one, no matter how many times I play this fucking game. Baby, infant. Infant sounds right. What are you? Of a lively boy. Yes. I think that is the next one. Old man is not what we are looking for. I think old man is the last one before the end, right? What was this one? Of a young man. Let's go with that. That sounds right. I could have just fucked it up. I might have to reset because of that. Oh no, baby. What is this? Of a tired, middle-aged man. Never mind, I think we got it. We're good. We're chilling. I didn't mess it up. And then old man? We'll see if the birds attack me. Moment of truth. Give me the peace of death, and I'll give you the joy of life. Oh. There we go. The update fixed it for me? Man, what the fuck? Oh, that's such a pain, dude. Love the review. I'm glad. You know, it's off to a slower start than like recent videos. But thing is, jumping to an entirely new series, like that's always just kind of how it's gonna be. And it's really not that much slower, to be honest. Like for reference, I'm looking at it right now. I went to look at it. It's near the bottom, but it only has, like, relative to how long it's been up, it's only got like 100 less views than the Metal Gear Rising video got in like its first 5 hours. You stay back, demon. Don't come any closer. Stay there. Oh, only 4? Man, they're going easy on me today. We're chilling. So, like, it's slower, but honestly, for the start of a new series, it's really not doing poorly at all. I expected worse. When the sun sets in the west and the moon rises in the east, stars will begin to appear in the sky, and wind will blow towards the ground. Then the gate of new life will open. I'm trying my best here to play this game like I haven't played it like once a year at least for the majority of my life, and like I didn't just play it twice a week ago. So, if you're wondering like, man, isn't this guy supposed to know what's going on? I do. I'm just trying my best to act like I don't. To give off the proper experience. First run, I'm trying to take it chill. Enjoy it. As if I don't know where everything is. And I'm not planning like 3 steps ahead at all times. Trying to at least give the illusion that that's not what's happening. Ideally, I could just not plan ahead at all. But my brain is too wired for it at this point. The UI for the audio mixer looks different. I'm still on the old version as far as that goes. I don't have a new audio mixer. Ooh. Oh, oh, stay back. Bitch. Okay. Hunter x Hunter manga's back on. Yeah, my one of my best friends is my cousin, who's like the exact same age as me. He's become a massive weeb in recent years. And Hunter x Hunter was like his gateway to it. So he was fucking ecstatic this morning. Also, holy shit, why are there so many of you here? What's going on? Like, hello? Welcome. I'm not complaining. But what the fuck? Wood is put in the stove. A paper is on the wall. It's locked. Carving of a helmet. Yes, hello. Hello. Why are there so many of you? I joked at the start of stream, I'm like, what a cruel twist of fate. What a curveball from the universe. That today is the day that I wake up sick, like launching the Resident Evil series and all that, right? And of course, today is also the day to add on to that cruel twist that like all sorts of new people just show up and start hanging out. This is like, I'm sick. I'm not at full capacity here. Carving of armor. But hello. Cruel day to not have whiskey. True. Doorknob is broken. Can you interact with this painting? No. Oh, it's not even lined up between the two angles. Look at that. Like here, I'm not even like facing it, right? I'm facing the edge just before it. You move a tiny bit here, and I'm like on the left-hand side of the painting. Sorry, I've never caught that before. It's one of those like tiny details that you really have to be looking to notice. You stay back. Since we're playing Jill, and all the zombies seem like they're just going down so easy, right? Another thing that I didn't mention in the video, like I have a sentence in there in the review where I'm like, I could sit here and list differences between these characters all day, but I won't, because it would genuinely make the video like 10 minutes longer if we went through all of them. One of them that I wasn't really aware of before I did the 2 playthroughs back to back for the review is enemies have more health in Chris's playthrough than in Jill's. Legitimately. Like, enemies will just tank more shots when you're playing as Chris. And I never, like, normally when I replay this game, I play it like once. One character or the other, and then I wait like a year, right? I don't normally do both characters back to back like that, so I just never noticed that before. Sorry. Botany book about medicinal herbs. As you may know, there are many plants that have medical effects. Since ancient times, humans have been healing wounds and diseases using... I can't read. Have been healing wounds and diseases using various plants. In this book, we're going to sample 3 herbs that grow around the Raccoon Mountains and give their outlines as examples of those plants with medical properties. Each herb has different colors and different effects as medical plants. The green one recovers physical strength. The blue one neutralizes natural toxins, while the red herb does not have any effect by itself. The red herb is only effective when it is mixed with other herbs. Why on earth the H needs to be silent in herbs? What? Herbs? Neither way sounds right. Like, honestly, when you're really getting down to it, both of them sound weird, just in different ways. What are you, French? How dare you? I grew up with red, white, and blue in my veins, and a Glock 17 in my hand. You're goddamn right. Why did I go with the 17? Anyway, for example, if you mix this herb with the red herb, the break confused me. If you mix this herb with the herb that recovers physical strength, the recovery effect will be tripled. By adjusting the amount and experimenting with these 3 herbs, you can create various kinds of medicines, but I'll leave the details in your hands, because that's the best way to acquire true knowledge. I was sure it had an H in it. It's just a regional thing. In the US, it's just herb. In like the UK, it's herb. Us mods need to be paid more points. I don't think it works like that, Jess. I don't quite think it works like that. You know what colors the French flag is? Is the French flag red, white, and blue, but it's like 3 vertical stripes? I couldn't tell you the order, but that's the French one, right? Of all the Glocks, though, I said 17 for like the picture of me like being born and growing up with it always in my hand. The Glock 17 is fucking big. That's the big one. Should have said like the 18 or something. Go full American. Oh no. How am I already low? I need ammo, game. Carving of armor. Can we get ammo, please? Then they opened it up and it was just the French flag. I mean, I've lived it.
Jill, what's going on? Any clues?
No, but something's wrong with this house.
Whoa, this hall is dangerous. Maybe it's better to secure our escape route first. There must be a back door somewhere.
God,
Let's try to find it first.
I
shall
love
we?
Barry so much.
Okay, let's separate again.
Just a moment. I found something.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
But how about you, Barry?
I have this.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
I have this. Holds up his Colt Python like a boss. Bye. He has his massive muscles. That would be a better response, to be honest. Hold on, is this any good? Like, looking at this, I don't know. No, it's not a particularly great. The shotgun model is also good. Some of them are just like, it's fun to look at more highly detailed PS1 models. I don't know if it's just me because I'm a fucking PS1 kid and a nerd. But like, there's something about that style, man. The PS1 look. But then getting something that was made to display on an actual PS1, because there's a lot of like throwback stuff where you get like more detailed PS1-esque models, but it's totally different when it's actually in a PS1 game. And like they actually got it working on the hardware, right? There's something about it. Danger to living things. It's one of the best Barry lines, man. This weapon is really powerful, especially against living things. Never change, Barry. Yes, I will take the bazooka. What'd you think of Bloodborne Cart? Bloodborne Cart, or sorry, Legally Distinct Nightmare Cart really has the PS1 look down. Like, they have the wobble and like the distortion and everything, and they nailed it, to be honest. Most throwback games don't do any of like the wobble or like the texture warping or anything like that. They just kind of do low poly models and leave it at that. But Nightmare Cart like actually went all in on the PS1 look, and they fucking nailed it. Sorry. It's Forrest. He's been pecked to death by crows. Oh no. Oh god. Is it the director's cut version where when you find Forrest out there, he actually like gets up and chases you down? Am I right about that? Anyone who knows? Is that director's cut where that happens? The bazooka that shoots grenades, a classic weapon. Actually, trivia with RE1, in the Japanese version of the game, the bazooka is called the grenade gun. It's just in the localization, they renamed it to bazooka rather than directly translating it over. They probably just didn't like the sound of grenade gun. I don't know. But it's specifically a localization thing with bazooka. It was called grenade gun in the Japanese translation. It's advanced or arrange mode. Oh, so it's not even just like director's cut or anything. It's a difficulty thing. Interesting. That might be why I've only ever seen it like once or twice. I always, whenever I come back, I play this version. I play the original version. Sometimes I think I want to play like director's cut, but I always find myself back here. Somehow. I'm gonna drop the Beretta for now. Yeah. We have the bazooka, so I can rock the shotgun and still feel pretty safe. So even in Japan, they couldn't call it a grenade launcher. I think that it's just one of those like language things. I think that's just what they call a grenade launcher. Because Japan to English, like translating back and forth between them is a lot of, what's a good way to put it? There's a lot of like, I guess interpretation might be the best way to describe it. Because there's not a ton of words like in Japanese that directly translate to a specific term in English. Japanese is much more of like a broad stroke language. English is like incredibly specific in terms of what different words mean and like appropriate use of them and blah, 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 right? Japanese is very broad strokes. So much so that like speaking proper Japanese, and it sounds really odd when you start like studying the language as an English speaker. But like genuine proper Japanese is you can just like, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of a good example. I have like the thing that I want to say, that I want to explain, but I'm trying to think of how to word it. Give me a second here. You can pretty much just repeat like statements, but say them as a question. And like, it's a completely legit, proper Japanese. I'm trying to think of a good example though. He's Kenneth from the S.T.A.R.S Bravo team. Now he's become a mere shadow of his former self. Why can I not think of something specific? I'm struggling out here. I was gonna say like, you can say, you good. Do you speak it? Not well. I've only been studying it for a few months. I'm at an N5 level with it. There are 5 like official, I guess, designations for how strong your comprehension is. I'm at N5, which is the lowest of the 5, but like, I've passed the first standardized language test to be able to say that I'm at an N5 level. It goes in reverse. N1 is the highest level. N5 is the lowest. The lower the number, the higher the level. The higher your comprehension is. You should try leaving the mansion by going out the front door. I'm aware of the front door. I actually didn't do it. I should have done it. That's a good shout. Hold on, let me play some beautiful music on this piano real quick. A fine grand piano. Clock ticking in the background made me chuckle. I don't know why I can't think of a good example for that. Oh, okay. There's like the word for like tasty or delicious, where you can just like say the word on its own and it's like a statement, right? Like you say the word for delicious and you're just saying like, this is delicious, right? Statement. But you can just say the same word and like throw a question mark on the end. And it essentially becomes a question where you can ask someone like, does it taste good? You use the same word, but just saying it in different context completely changes what you're saying. Because it's much more about like the broad strokes of what you're saying, rather than like the exact specific wording of it, if that makes sense. It's the hollow that an emblem was in. Very good, Jill. Unai. It's one of them. I'm personally, partial to oishi. It's my favorite way to say it. There are, like, not to say there aren't a ton of different ways of saying, like, the same thing in Japanese. Like, there are a ton of words that basically cover the same stuff and are very slightly different. But in general, like, native speakers speak in a very broad sense. Putting her on a piano class. Yeah, I love that Jill just picks up the music notes for Moonlight Sonata, walks over to the piano, bangs it out real quick. Like it's nothing. Communicating feelings. Yeah. It's very, very broad in that sense. Broad is kind of the best way that I can think to put it. Oh. Ooh. I randomly, like, I did that thing where my brain, my ADHD kicked in and I went to check the comments on the video. Chat. For all my RE fans in chat. We've got a spicy one, okay? We got a spicy comment. Get this. Unpopular opinion. The original is better than the remake for RE1, of course. The video was RE1. More sense of freedom and branching paths, less boring tasks and unnecessary backtracking. Any RE fans have opinions? Anyone? I respect the take. I respect it. I don't agree with it, but I can see where he's coming from. I'm someone with all of the RE games that have a remake right now. Like legit, all 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm someone who likes both versions of all of them. Like I kind of like also just having both versions in every case. To their wrong opinion. Like I'm someone who, if I play the original RE, I'm looking for a totally different experience than if I play the remake, right? And that becomes especially more true with things like RE2 and RE3, really with RE3. RE4, I feel like, is more similar to the source in sort of like an RE1 sense, not as similar. But it's definitely closer to the original RE4. Like 2 and 3 are totally different experiences. 1 and 4 are like largely similar. It's all just a ton of differences in the details of everything, almost, is kind of how to describe those. Shield key. Okay, my brain is working. Hold on. From here. Oh, I know what the shield key goes to. Okay. I'm sitting here, I'm like, why can I not think of it? Where does this key go? I feel like both are pretty good, but one is a gem with its NPC dialogue. Completely breaks the tension, which isn't supposed to be a good thing. It kind of is a good thing, though. I love this game's dialogue. Like, the charm that is added by the dialogue and the voice acting here, it's hard to beat, man. It's hard to beat. A remaster for 2 and 3? Just like a straight graphical remaster, you mean? No, like changing the level design or progression or anything like that? Just straight, like, overhaul the visuals, keep the gameplay the same sort of thing? I feel like 3 is the only RE remake that is like genuinely controversial. I think all 4 remakes have like a group of people who don't enjoy them as much for one reason or another, for sure. But I think on the whole, like RE 1, 2, and 4 are all generally seen as the remake is better. 3 is the only one where I think the majority of people prefer the original. I can see that. That's my spicy take, by the way. RE fans who have not heard me yap about this shit before, who are new, welcome. I'm gonna hit you with this one. I personally prefer the remake of 3. I grew up playing 3. I like 3. But it was always my least favorite of the PS1 games. Like by a mile. I didn't like it near as much as the first 2. And even though I don't like how much got cut from the remake of 3, I feel like it's just such a smooth, like, it's such an easy experience for me to just sit down with and like play through compared to the original that normally nowadays, whenever I do get the feel to like play RE3, I opt for the remake. Even knowing how much got cut. I have 2 shells left. I'm gonna let him chill. Leave everything else the same. Mind you, I like 2 remake, but just want the original with better visuals. Yeah, I like 2 remake a lot. It's up there as like kind of tied for my favorite RE game with the remake of 1. But I'm also such a big fan of the original RE2 that I personally, everyone with RE3 always talks about how much got cut from the remake, right? Like that's always the big discussion with 3. I personally kind of hate how much got cut from RE2 in the remake. And I feel like I never hear anyone talk about it. But a lot got cut from RE2 in the remake. Like a lot, actually. I almost feel like it might just be the fact that an RE2 remake existed was good enough for us at the time to be like, oh my god, this is amazing, even with what got cut. But then a year after that, we got RE3, and RE3 was kind of more extreme with the cuts. Like, you know, Resident Evil 2, I'm trying to think. The factory area got cut from RE2. Oh shit, I left that zombie. I forgot. Oh, hello. I don't need to down this guy necessarily, but I'm feeling it. I want a nice safe hallway, okay? Aside from that one in the corner, he can chill. It's hard for him to be a threat. This is armor, okay. Give me Moth Boss. Yeah, the Moth Boss. Yeah, Moth Boss. It's whatever. Oops. But yeah, a lot got cut. Obviously, A and B scenario took a huge hit in the remake. I think it's just by the time that we got the RE3 remake, the novelty of it kind of wore off, especially because it was just the RE2 remakes like gameplay and everything, but it was RE3. I think just not having that novelty factor there kind of made us focus more on how it was as a remake rather than how it was as a game, like we did with RE2. I don't know. I don't know why we don't talk about the RE2 cut content as much, genuinely. An old pump. Water seems to be sent from here. The lid is open. I don't know why there's an exclamation point on that sentence. Oh, I don't want to walk into it, but I kind of want to just... Ah, it's fine. Right? Yeah, it didn't even hurt that bad. All right, put the chemicals in there. I don't like Jill in 3 remake. Nothing like how Jill in the first. I agree that she's nothing like Jill in the older games. But I think 3 remake Jill is my favorite Jill. I feel like she just... This might be harsh. Trust me, this is coming from a place of love, everyone, okay? Believe me. But I feel like 3-make Jill actually has a personality. Right? She actually feels like a character, like fully. Because I don't even know, like RE1 Jill, how would I even describe her personality? To be honest. Loves Jill Valentine? Oh, I love Jill Valentine. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Would. You know what? Fair enough. I can't even argue with that. That's a good description, actually. I feel like a lot of the ways that I used to think of, what's it? A lot of the ways that I used to think of Jill pre-3-make was kind of just like headcanon stuff. Like, I kind of just imagined her having this personality that, looking back on it, I don't feel like was actually there. Or at least not directly presented, if that makes sense. Has none of that rookie vibe that OG well, at that point in the story, would she still feel like, or sorry, should she still feel like a rookie in RE3? Because I would argue that she shouldn't at that point. Jill has been through some shit. And you have to consider that she's one of 4 survivors from this incident. Like, she only survived because she was more capable than the majority of S.T.A.R.S members even as a rookie. She has experience by 3, so I feel like she shouldn't feel like a rookie in that game. Be careful what you say, the fandom will eat you alive. Look, I'm known for my spicy takes, okay? Trust me, I'm just kind of known to be like this. I don't do it intentionally. I think it's less that I have more spicy takes than most people, and it's more just I'm way more vocal about it when I do than the average person. I think that's more what it is. I feel like I have a very average amount of spicy takes, but it's just when I have one, I'm very vocal about it, is all. She's still pretty young compared to Chris or Barry. Yeah. But she's been through all this. She's hardened. She's hardened. Feels like there's one every 5 minutes. Set a timer, I'm curious. Legitimately. Like, wait until you get another one. And then set a stopwatch for me. I'm actually curious on this now. Because I can't see the ads. Because everyone gets ads on different, like, intervals, the way that the YouTube system works. So there's no way to really measure it from, like, my perspective. Anyone else who wants to participate as well, you feel free. Next time you get an ad, start a stopwatch and see how long it takes to get a second one. Armor key. Okay. Okay. Covering a game that's almost 30 years old. Power of YouTube, baby. Crazy what an algorithm can do for you. Am I right? Totally not. This is not a direct attack at any other streaming platform. Definitely not. Trust me. Trust me. You just got to take my word on this one. Can't participate. I hear YouTube Premium is a godsend. I've never actually dipped my foot in and bought it. I guess subscribe to it would be the more accurate way to put it. But I hear from people who have it, who are like, man, I can never go back to not having Premium. She took down a tyrant. Thank you, Tass. I don't know why I didn't say that, but thank you. The more I'm starting to think you're an old man. I'm just so mature for my age. You know, I'm not like the other boys. Broken shotgun. I pick it up just to be thorough. There's no reason for me to have picked it up. Throw it somewhere where I'm never gonna have to touch it. Yeah, that's good. I don't know if I need to carry the bazooka rounds right now, actually. Probably don't. Oops, wrong rounds. I could free up a slot just by dropping those. That burn at Kick was sick. It wasn't at Kick. I mean, Kick also doesn't have an algorithm, I guess. It was at Twitch. I can be straight up. It was at Twitch. I used to, if you don't know your lore, I streamed on Twitch for like 4 years before I came over to YouTube. Looking back on it, like the more that I do look back on my time on Twitch compared to my time on YouTube, the more I'm like, man, why the fuck did I spend so long on Twitch? Legitimately. And there's like negative desire to go back to it. Like whenever I have the thought, I'm like, maybe I should go back. I'm just like, man, why though? Why would I do that? Especially now, you know, the YouTube channel, I've kind of got a good thing going here. Like not a great thing, not like an amazing thing, but I've got a good thing going here. It is, to be honest, it is a great thing. In all honesty, I say that and then immediately I have to like pause myself and be like, brother, it is a great thing. It's just, you know, you always see other people's numbers and whether you're doing it consciously or not, you compare. It is a great thing. When you get out of your head about it, it is a great thing. It reads, some tigers have a red eye and a blue eye. It's just that puzzle hint. I had to actually just stop and be like, wait, what? Reading it out loud, you're like, huh? Do they though? Some tigers do, chat. Trust me. Maybe I should go back to Twitch, opens front page. It's not even that. I just think about like I've got this YouTube thing going now. And like what benefits are there of going to Twitch? Like now that I'm here, like what are the benefits of going back? I can't honestly think of them. Like I try to come up with the benefits and I'm like, I don't know, people like Twitch, I guess. Like most people do like watching streams on Twitch, but that's about it. You can double stream. I don't like cross streaming. Oops, extra bullet. Well, that hurts a little bit. I don't like double stream. I feel like it just splits up your community and it kind of sucks. Anyway, Keeper's Diary. This is a long one, so buckle up. Good lore. May 9th, 1998. At night, we played poker with Scott the Guard, Alias, and Steve the Researcher. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Elias, but they spelled it Alias. Steve was really lucky, but I think he was cheating. What a scumbag. May 10th, 1998. Today, a high-ranking researcher asked me to take care of a new monster. It looks like a gorilla without any skin. They told me to feed them live food. When I threw in a pig, they were playing with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling out the guts before they actually ate it. Why are you all putting the fucking buffer thing? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Don't do that. Stop that. You stop that. May 11th, 1998. Around 5 o'clock this morning, Scott came in and woke me up suddenly. He was wearing a protection suit that looks like a spacesuit. He told me to put one on as well. I heard there was an accident in the basement lab. It's no wonder those researchers never rest, even at night. May 12th, 1998. I've been wearing this annoying spacesuit since yesterday. My skin grows musty and feels very itchy. By way of revenge, I didn't feed those dogs today. Now I feel better. May 13th, 1998. I went to the medical room because my back is all swollen and feels itchy. They put a big bandage on my back, and the doctor told me I did not need to wear the spacesuit anymore. I guess I can sleep well tonight. May 14th, 1998. When I God damn it. When I woke up this morning, I found another blister on my foot. It was annoying, and I ended up dragging my foot as I went to the dog's pen. They have been quiet since morning, which is very unusual. I found that some of them had escaped. I'll be in real trouble if the higher-ups find out. May 15th, 1998. Even though I didn't feel well, I decided to go see Nancy. It's my first day off in a long time, but I was stopped by the guard on the way out. They say the company has ordered that no one leave the grounds. I can't even make a phone call. What kind of joke is this? May 16th, 1998. I heard a researcher who tried to escape from this mansion, was shot last night. My entire body feels burning and itchy at night. When I was scratching the swelling on my arm, a lump of rotten flesh dropped off. What the hell is happening to me? May 19th, 1998. Fever gone, but itchy. Hungry and eat doggy food. Itchy Scott came. Ugly face, so killed him. Tasty. 4. Itchy. Tasty. The infamous Itchy Tasty. Starring the original Chris live actor. Pretty damn good. I haven't seen that. And I'm pretty into this shit. I didn't know that was a thing. I love this diary. It gets memed to hell and back, but when I was a kid, that shit creeped me out. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to think of where I'm going from here. Okay, yeah. I was like, do I want to go back the way I just came? No, I want to go over to the other side of the mansion again. We're actually, like, I feel like I'm playing super slow. And all of a sudden, I just kind of realized how far along I am. Even though I feel like I'm doing everything really slowly, which is intentional. I'm slowing myself down for the experience. To just have a more chill run. I just kind of realized how far along we are. You plan on eventually playing Survivor? Yeah, we're doing spin-offs for this. I think I'm not 100% sure on this. I could be a little off, but if I'm not mistaken, I think the original trilogy are all like back to back in terms of release order, like 1, 2, 3, and then Survivor. I think that's correct for release order. I have to double check that, but I think that's correct. In general, I responded to a comment on the community posts where I announced this, like the RE series, I mean. You know, my channel, typically the kind of shtick with the review series, at least up to this point, has been I've never played any game in this franchise. With the exception of like Metal Gear, I had played Rising before, but that was it. But normally that's like my shtick. But in the community post, I was like, this is the first game I ever played as a kid. So someone asked, like, have I played all of them? Did I only play like some of the really old ones? Like, what's the deal? I've played every numbered entry. And I've played Revelations 1 and 2. But with Revelations 2, I only played like the first 1 or 2 episodes. I never actually got through all of Revelations 2. I own it on Steam. Like, I have the full game. Because Revelations 2, for people who aren't like super into RE and wouldn't know this, Revelations 2 released as like an episodic thing, like how Telltale games used to be. Where like the game came out like a little bit at a time. And then after it was all done, you could just buy the whole thing straight up. Like the full retail version. And that's the version that I have, is the retail one. But I only ever played like the first couple episodes. And that was back like as they were coming out. I bought the retail version on like a Steam sale, and I've just legit never opened it. But other than the Revelations games, I have not played like any of the spin-offs. So I haven't played like Gun Survivor. I'm trying to think, what other spin-offs? Operation Raccoon City. I haven't played that. Trying to think. Dead Aim is a Gun Survivor title. But yeah. I have played 6. I have played 6. I've actually played more 6 than you might think. Than you might expect from a really big Resi fan. Oh god, Umbrella Corps. No, I have not played that shit. So there's like, it's gonna be a pretty even split. I was looking at it. Like the full list of every game, including spin-offs that ever came out for RE. And if I remember right, I think there are currently, as of right now, with RE4 Remake being the last thing that came out, you know, VOD watchers and all that in the future. Currently, I believe there are 30 Resident Evil titles in total. I think 16 of those are the ones that I've played, and 14 I have never touched. So it's a pretty even split as far as like, I know this game versus I've never seen this game in my life. Okay, seen is an exaggeration. I've always at least seen a little bit about each game, but very little. Like, I've seen some gameplay of Raccoon City, but it's not a lot. Same with like Umbrella Corps. Didn't Umbrella Corps get shut down? Like, am I even gonna be able to play the multiplayer on that at all? We'll have to figure out what to do with that. But I thought I heard that got shut down. For the DS RE games, there's only one. It's Deadly Silence. And it's just a port of RE1, so no. Like this RE1, not remake. It's commonly considered the best version of RE1. I don't know about that. Like in terms of how content rich it is and stuff, maybe. But I feel like it's kind of like an Armored Core PSP situation where it's like, yeah, you get more content, but just the general game is kind of lower quality, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I've never actually picked it up for myself. I'm kind of talking off of just what I've seen of it. But from what I saw, I was like, I don't think I really need to pick this up because I would rather just play the PS1 version. Oh, you can still play it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I do want to try, like, with Umbrella Corps, and then what are those other couple, like, recent multiplayer spin-offs they tried to do? There was the one that's like an asymmetric game. And then there was it called RE Verse? Was that the more recent one that was bundled with like either the remake or Village, I want to say. One of those two. RE is such a huge franchise, and it has like 3 games that are just genuine like multiplayer games. So I think this review series would be a good time for me to experiment with covering like purely multiplayer games. Is there any news on an RE5 remake? There's a whole lot floating around in terms of what's being worked on at Capcom right now for Resi. And it's kind of hard to parse any of it, to be honest. Because the thing is, when there are so many leaks like this, the reality is probably one of them is legit, and the rest are just people making shit up for clout, right? So, like, it's kind of hard, because there are genuinely a lot of rumors about what Capcom is working on right now. There's leaks in quotes. I'm going to put all of them in quotes, okay? The one thing that we know for sure, like the one consistent thing, is that RE9 is like in production in some stage. We don't know if it's in like early production, mid production. It could still be in pre-production. We don't fucking know, but it's in production in some fashion. We know that much, like for sure. Just the next mainline numbered game. It also, just from all the various leaks, there's a remake of something being worked on as well, it seems. But that's another question mark right now. There are leaks saying that the first set of leaks that came out was like, yeah, it's RE5, of course. Which anyone who played 4-Make was probably thinking that that was what was going to happen. That's definitely what I thought they were going towards. Now, the most current leak is saying that it's a Code Veronica remake. I don't know. Again, with any of the remake leaks, I think there's legitimately no way to tell what's legit and what's not right now. Kind of all of the remake leaks feel like nonsense to me currently. And there's a third one. There's a third remake rumor. I just can't remember what it is. Sorry, not rumor, leak, in quotes. I don't think any of the remake leaks right now have enough validity to them to actually be considered substantial, if that makes sense. Oh, fuck's sake. I want it to be Code Veronica. I do too. I've been saying that since like last year when 4 came out. If I were choosing what would get remade next, I would choose Code Veronica. I would have done that before 4, but obviously remaking 4 was just like printing money. And Code Veronica's story has nothing to do with the events of RE4, so you can do 4-Make first. Ideally, I would have done Code Veronica before 4, but the way it played out, it's kind of fine, to be honest. I was pissed that they weren't doing Code Veronica and that they were doing 4 instead. But then 4-Make came out and was just so goddamn good. So like now I'm kind of chill with it. Now I'm kind of like, okay, you know what? Maybe this was a good play because this game fucking rocks. And the crazy thing is, I'm not even that big of an RE4 fan. Like leading up to the release of RE4, I wasn't that big on RE4. But the remake, like, completely has me sold on RE4 now. I'm like, yeah, I love RE4. Of course, I always loved it, you guys. I always loved RE4. What are you talking about? But, what's it? We leave it. The dog lives. We go. I got stuck. Oh, okay, that worked. For Wesker's Sith eyes in HD. I think we saw a shot of his eyes in separate ways, didn't we? Maybe I'm misremembering. I've been hearing of a Code Veronica remake, but not much of it. Will there be a 6? We haven't heard anything about 6. If they were going to do 6, which even is a question mark on its own, they would definitely do 5 first, at the very least. So if they were planning on doing 6, we won't get a 6 remake for a very long time. Would be my take on that. Code Ver make. I think we would just have to say like CV make, maybe? Would probably be what I would say. Because I always just say 1, 2, 3, 4 make. I would probably go with CV make when I'm just yapping about it. I feel like that works well. I got a my brain read faster than I talked, and I like this take, chat. I have been saying this for years. I don't know about the full thing, but just the general thing. 12 minutes between ads. That's kind of a lot. But I have to remember it's not Twitch ads. So that's frequent, but at least YouTube ads are like 5 to 15 seconds, sometimes 30 unskippable, but rarely 5 to 15 a piece. Whereas Twitch, like when I'm watching False's stream and I don't have a sub gifted to me or something, I get hit with an ad break every 30 minutes, and that ad break is 3 minutes long. So like at the very least, that like it's frequent, but it's less overall. Thank God. They made 4 make to appease classic fans because I hated 4 despite loving the game. Do you mean you hated the original 4, but the remake? Yeah, no, okay, I see what you're saying. Yes, yeah. I think that's part of why I liked 4 remake a lot more, personally. My thing with 4 is that it always just felt so action-oriented to me. Like, there were horror elements throughout the whole game, but it just didn't feel like it was focused enough on the horror aspect. The remake really brought the horror aspect back to RE4 in a way that I loved. I agree with that. Definitely. But, sorry, I got off track. I agree that when it comes to the originals we're talking, okay? I think 5, at least, I won't say overall, but I think 5 has better gameplay than 4. I do. I think that. Now, what I will say is I think 4 has a better campaign, like a better scenario than 5. I like the story of 4 more. I like the levels of 4 more. But I think 5 has better gameplay. I will say that. Especially, I think 5's co-op design is really clever. Really good stuff for the time. Like, amazing stuff for the time, honestly. Sorry. Researchers will. My dear Alma, the fact that you have received this letter is both a joy and a sadness for me. I could not even talk to you because of that guy in the sunglasses. Alma, be calm and read this. I think I've told you that I moved to a pharmaceutical company's lab. They headhunted me. Last month, there was an accident in the lab, and the virus we were studying escaped. All my colleagues who were infected by the virus are dead. To be accurate, they've become the living dead. They still wander around, oh my god, of all times, to redeem. Okay, hold on. I have to get my timer out. This was intentional. Sorry, where was I? Oh yeah, they've become the living dead. They wander around. Some of them are knocking on my room door desperately right now, but there's no sign of
Nanomachine, son.
You motherfuckers. But there's no sign of intelligence in their eyes. That cursed virus takes away all humanity from the human brain. Love, joy, sorrow, fear, humor, eternally. And Alma, even the memories of the days I spent with you. Yes, I am infected. I did everything I could. I did everything I could, but I could only delay the progress by a few days. The most frightening thing is that I forget more about you by the day. So I chose a peaceful... Who's getting banned? God damn. So I chose a peaceful death, rather than becoming the living dead. Within an hour, I will have entered my eternal sleep. I do hope you'll understand my decision. Goodbye, and forever yours, Martin Crackhorn. You guys wonder why we don't have more sound redeems yet. Fucking bitches. I'm putting my heart and soul into this performance. I'm earning my Oscar here. And people are just hitting me with ooh-woos, liquids, nanomachines. Ooh, ad break. I like this redeem. This is a good redeem. It seems someone has searched here already. It appears to be a switch. Will you push it? All right, now check this out. You ready for this? You slip through here. It's a good thing I played this game a week ago for the review, because this one always takes me longer than it should, to be honest with you. You guys are the worst, these redeems. You know, Chole thinks no more point redeems after today. That's what Chole thinks. Thoughts? Opinions? What do you guys think? Chole thinks the points are done. No. Chole's thinking. Chole's thinking about it. A red herb, but no green herb to put with it.
Nanomachine, son.
I'm sick. And I'm not even... Oh, God. Almost swore. Chole is sick. These redeems. And Chole's not even talking about his physical sickness, you know, his throat, his sinuses. Chole's not even talking about that. Sick of these sound redeems. That's what Chole's sick of. Sick of needing to refer to himself in the third person for 5 minutes. When Caveman is redeemed. That's what Chole's sick of. That's what Chole's sick of. Maybe don't steal other people's content. Chole didn't steal. Chole was inspired. Oh, hold on. Lighter? Chole was so distracted he wasn't even thinking straight. We found the lighter. We go this way. Put this on yourself. What would happen if we were speedrunning, chat? What if Chole really needed to be locked in, thinking about every little movement to earn a reward, and you were doing all this? What would happen? Map of the second floor. These maps are great. super helpful when you haven't played the game like Chole has played the game. You would fail and we would all laugh. That's right, this is helmet key. Hold on, let's take a trip back to the good old item box. By the way, Chole is low on water. Chole's gonna need a minute to get up and get some water. Especially today. Any other day, Chole might tough it out. Right now, Chole's throat really hurts. Like, really bad. Chole is incredibly excited by the fact that after stream, Chole will not have to talk for the entire rest of the day. Chole is thrilled by that thought. You don't have any candy or Chole has been trying, like, Chole took medicine. Chole's been downing honey, had a cough drop, chugging water. Chole has just, nothing's really doing it. It's just actual fire. Chole took a COVID test. Chole's father got COVID like last week. So Chole took a test. It was negative. But you're supposed to space out, like, you have to wait more than 24 hours before doing the second test. Just in case, like, the stuff that it's testing for isn't, like, active yet or whatever. Chole's not a doctor. It might be the big C. It might be COVID. Chole doesn't know. At this point, Chole has taken a COVID test that said negative, but since Chole literally woke up with it today, it might just not be at the point where it shows on a test. Chole doesn't understand. Apparently, you're supposed to take two at least 24 hours apart before you, like, officially are like, you don't have it. So Chole doesn't know. But COVID was in this house last week, so it could be. Could be. At this point, one test has said negative, so Chole is assuming it's not, but not completely writing off the possibility. COVID into house, just the worst. Both of Chole's parents had it this last week. But Chole avoided it. They're both better now. But Chole woke up this morning sick, so could be. Because there's like an incubation period for the big C, right? Right? I can talk normally. COVID only lasts like 2-3 days, so by the time it says positive, you're good. Doesn't it vary a lot from person to person as far as like how long it lasts though? Because can't it last for like a pretty long time? Just depending. Yeah, Jess, how long did you have it? Jess had COVID forever. A while ago. Cholevid-19. Bro. If I have to record like video scripts with COVID, it's gonna be a nightmare. Because everyone is like, oh, but if you have COVID, like, you know, you can just not, you could just, you know, take some recovery days. That's not how we do it around here. You must be new here. Because fact of the matter is, I will be bored out of my fucking mind if I just sit around and do nothing all day. I will record video scripts with COVID before I will just sit there and do nothing all day. I'll have a better time recording scripts, frankly. It will be miserable, but not as miserable. Discard the key. Another in 12 minutes? Consistently 12 minutes, okay. Copevid? I was going to suggest reading a book, but I forget you can't read. I can't read. ADHD, go burr. Am I not paying enough? Hey man, ads keep the world going round. Let me tell ya. Cough for 3 weeks. Yeah, that was right. Hold on.
Richard!
This
what
is
happened?
Kino. This is Kino.
Oh, Jill, this house is dangerous. There are terrible demons. Ouch!
You're wounded. What kind of demon attacked you?
It was a huge snake and also poisonous. Ugh.
Poisonous? Oh no. Richard, hold on.
There
Hold on,
is
Richard.
serum. Oh no, I should have brought some with me.
No problem. I'll go and get it.
Thanks.
Terrible demons. Yeah, so now, if you've been around the channel before and you're not familiar with RE, now you know what I'm doing when I do the weird voice and go, terrible demons. That's the line. It's Richard from RE1. Terrible demons. Ouch. This game's dialogue is burned into my brain. It's not the only thing from RE1 that I just kind of randomly quote, like, nonchalantly. He's all messed up and saying thanks. I'm not looking at the screen. Instead of hurry the fuck up. Should make a terrible demons redeem. There are so many RE1 lines. And I feel like we have to just pick like one to do like a sound redeem for RE1, right? Because legitimately, if we just went with all the good ones, there would be so many. Too many. Frankly, it would be too many. Get good first or I riot. I've told you. I will add Hornets Get Good as a sound redeem as soon as there's any sort of concrete news on Hollow Knight Silksong in celebration. I am hereby on strike. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get up and get some water in a minute. Chat. We're gonna throw out. We're gonna do a poll while I'm up, just to keep you all busy and debating. Someone throw out your favorite Resident Evil character. I say someone, there's about to be like 10 of them all at once. Favorite Resident Evil character, go. Go. The first 4 I see will be debated between Chris, Barry, Boulder, Gil, Ada, Hunk, Lady Demetresk. We found the horny.
Here's the serum. Richard, hold on. I'll give you a shot now.
Jill, here's my radio. You should keep it.
Yeah.
No! Richard!
And the Oscar goes to
Jill,
Richard.
be careful.
It's amazing that alert came up during this. Okay, hold on. That's right, you can't like actually pause RE1. This is the timer in the game is still running, but that's fine. Hold on, I'm trying to go back through in order. I might. 3 of these are RE1 characters, so I might just keep it on theme. Who would I add? We have Chris, Barry, Jill. So either like, could we do Richard? Could we do Richard? Wesker? Wesker is legit. You know what? I feel like Wesker is legit. I was kind of stuck between Wesker or Rebecca, but then I thought Richard. Okay. I need to get up. You know what? There's no here. Since I can't pause the game anyway. Before I get up, I'll run to the save room real quick. Just to have the nice save room music for while I'm up for a quick minute. Yeah, Wesker will be the 4th. If Barry Burton doesn't win, this chat is delusional, for the record. Just so we're all on the same page here on where I stand on this. Sorry, by the way, Ryden, thank you for the 2. It was cutscene. Thank you. I was distracted at the time. That's my bad. This save room doesn't play the music. This is awkward. Okay, let's just take a quick step outside. There's at least music here. We'll see you around, Nemo. Have a good rest of your day. Beautiful. Okay. Now I am going to get up and grab my water real quick. I need a refill. Debate amongst yourselves with these 4 characters, these 4 classic characters, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, hello chat, I'm back. Wait, what? As I sat down, what was that weird color glitch? That was only on the stream. Like right before I stood up, I just sat down and saw that. That was on stream's end. What? Okay, anyway. How is Barry not win? You guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. Oh, you actually meant the boulder. See, when you said boulder, when I was like, what are the best RE characters to stack against each other? And you said boulder, I thought you meant Chris. Hold on. for where we're going, we can use a little bit of the forbidden knowledge just to streamline the process, right? We can use a little bit of this forbidden knowledge that I'm trying to act like I don't have. And before we go up there, we can grab the lighter. Fuck me. Thank you for the 24 months, Jill. Jill. What? The color thing happened again during the BRB? What is happening? Is it still happening, chat? Tell me if that happens again. Tell me if that happens again, like any more times. Any more times. If it happens one more time, tell me. That's so weird. We've never seen that before, have we? That's a new bug. I don't know if that's on YouTube's end or if that's like my OBS, maybe the connection between them. I don't know. Remember my name? Look, I've been saying Jill a lot here. A couple of times before this. Oh, hold on. Richard from Bravo team. Hold on. Just reach down there. Don't mind if I do. What version? Original PS1 release. Original. Oh shit, he's close. I'll take those hits. Don't grab me. Oh, he's actually dead. Okay. Okay, just 4. I won't complain. Which, yeah, this version is gonna have less unlockables than if I had done the GOG like we were planning. But man, starting up that GOG version, there were just immediately like so many little things that I was like, this is fine as is, but ooh, there is actually something there. That was just like a weird, like my brain took over and thought maybe there's something in this cupboard. RE1 doesn't have a ton of that. Not the director's cut, no. Just the actual original. Rebirth is better. Yeah, Rebirth, I had Rebirth through like the MediaKite release on my old PC and it worked great. On the new one, when I picked up the GOG bundle, I tried to install the Japanese version and use classic Rebirth on it. But weirdly, I'm getting a ton of like weird visual things and crashes and stuff with it. Like I can't even make it into the game. I can't even get past the main menu without it crashing or breaking or something. Notoriously, that's apparently a thing that happens with AMD cards. I'm not on an AMD card. I've tried using like the DG Voodoo fixes and stuff because, you know, I'm a retro guy. Of course I have DG Voodoo on my computer. What do you think this is? And just like none of those fixes are working. I haven't been able to get Classic Rebirth working on this system, and apparently it's just one of those things where certain graphics cards really don't get along well with it. So apparently just Classic Rebirth really doesn't like my 4080. I don't know why, it just doesn't. And I've tried a good bit to get it to work, and I just can't seem to get it work. Or get it to work. Also, hello, Tom. Operation Raccoon City came out in like, what, 2012? Something around that. So we got a good amount of games until that. You gotta be patient. But we'll get there. I've actually never played it. Same card as me. Guess I'll settle for Media Kite. I haven't tried using the Media Kite version. I didn't refund my RE on GOG though. I did buy the whole bundle, and I assume it's going to be mostly the same, where it's like, yeah, this works, but like I'd rather play the PS1 versions. I'm not going to refund it. I want to encourage more releases of classic stuff like that from Capcom so they can have my 25 bucks, as if I don't love RE enough to just throw it at them anyway. I'm such a fucking nerd. Like the MGS Master Collection. I mean, honestly, it is kind of the same as the Master Collection in just the sense of... Oh my god, I'm missing a... Okay. Support them. Yeah, like, I think that they could definitely be a higher quality, but I think that we should at least have these rather than not. You know what I mean? But actually, the RE GOG collection is a lot like the Master Collection, now that you mention it, where it's like... This is good. If this is like the only way you can experience the game, then sure. But there are better options than this, right? They're never going to put in as much work as fans are. That's true. With like modding and fixing up the games, where the GOG release is not good, they're just not as good as the PS1 versions. We started the stream playing the GOG version, Tom, and there were just so many weird, like, little issues that within, like, 15 minutes, we just closed out and opened up the original PS1 version that I have dumped off of my disc. We're just playing on DuckStation now. Oh my god, the HD Silent Hill releases are so bad. That's, like, actual bad. Although, to be fair, MGS3 on the Master Collection is, like, actual bad. Not redone voice acting that sucks ass kind of bad, but just in terms of the rest of the quality, MGS3 on the Master Collection actually does kind of suck. You have to mod it so much to get it to be up to the PS2 quality. If they ever remade RE1 again, what would you like to see? It's kind of hard because I feel like RE1 remake is exactly what I would want it to be for the most part. I have a kind of spicy take, but I know that I'm not the only one, because I know that Jared from Avalanche Reviews actually is with me on this. I know that he shares this opinion, so I'm not the only one out there. I don't like the addition of Lisa Trevor. It's not a big thing. Like, I'm fine with her being there, but I think the game would be better off without her being there. If that makes sense. Story-wise, it's fine. I think the lore is good. It's interesting. I'm cool with it story-wise. Why did I walk this way? What am I... I could have gone such a faster way, and I only just realized. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, gameplay wise, I don't love the addition of Lisa Trevor. I don't think she really adds much of anything gameplay wise other than a little padding in what was already my least favorite section of the game. So I'm not a big fan of her. The inclusion or the execution? Mostly the execution. Like, she could have been worked in a better way. It's just in the manner that she was worked into the remake, I don't like her very much. She's actually probably my least favorite part of RE1 Remake. Just because, like I said, it's already... The cave section is already my least favorite part of the game. And, like, whenever I replay RE1 Remake or Original, I get to the caves and I just want to be out of the caves as soon as possible. Like, every time, right? I just want to get through it as quickly as I can. And Lisa Trevor just kind of pads out that section of the game. So it's like... Bonk. Why doesn't Xbox have good games? Xbox does have good games. I think Xbox games are pretty overlooked right now. Xbox is actually going to be stacked like 2 years from now in terms of games. by the time that everything that was just at their showcase comes out, Xbox is actually going to have a crazy game roster for this gen. It's just right now, like they do have that crazy roster. It's just all of it needs to come out still, right? You were right about the original Zelda. That game's a banger. I'm telling you, dude, there's something about it. There's something about the original Zelda. I'm telling you. Like, it's kind of weird and obtuse to get into, but once you've got to grips with it, it's really good. Like, still really good. It's just one of those retro games that's like really hard to get to grips with at first, but once you're there, it's such a good time. That's why with going up to the top to push the thing down, it made me realize that I should have taken the second floor route instead of the first floor wraparound. That's where I was like, bro, why did I come this way? What is wrong with me? Would you say this gen is pretty lackluster? I would say this current gen of consoles is very lackluster for both Sony and Microsoft currently. And it's not because Sony hasn't put out anything big, but it's kind of just the stuff that they have put out has all been like the same shit that was on PS4, just slightly better. There's nothing that feels like actually new on PS5 right now, in my opinion. Nothing that feels like, oh my god, like this is so, I don't know, like I'm pleasantly surprised. Like all of PS4's gen kind of felt like that to me, where they were just putting out games that I'm like, this was a nice surprise. I did not expect this. PS5 just kind of feels like very slight iterations on all the PS4 lineup. So it's fine. I feel like I'm not missing much except maybe Rebirth. Yeah, I've heard that Rebirth is kind of the best thing on PS5 right now. But it didn't sell, which is the weird part with Rebirth, right? If you haven't heard about that, if I'm maybe the first place that you're hearing that, which I'm probably not, Rebirth in terms of like reviews from players and critics is doing great. Everyone loves the game, but the game just didn't sell many copies. Like it way undershot the sales expectations. So did 16. I don't think 16 undersold by as much, but Final Fantasy 16 also was below expectations. It seems like despite people generally enjoying the newer Final Fantasy games, 16 is a little shakier. But despite people generally enjoying these games, the sales for Final Fantasy seem to be on the decline right now. You know, it happens once and it's like, okay, it happens. But when it happens twice in a row, you have to kind of start going, okay, what's going on here? Like, is there a declining interest in Final Fantasy? Because I feel like, at least from like what I hear, everyone still seems to be pretty stoked on new Final Fantasy stuff whenever it comes around, but just the numbers are down, right? It's kind of weird. I don't know what's going on. I think they do need to get it on other platforms for sure, which is probably why Square didn't re-sign with the Sony, or sorry, didn't re-sign their Sony deal. Which if you didn't hear, that's a thing. They got like the renewal proposal for their exclusivity deal with Sony and they refused it. They just didn't sign it. So Square is no longer working under an exclusivity clause with Sony. I didn't see much marketing, but I figured it's just because I'm not a Final Fantasy fan. I also felt like there wasn't a lot of marketing behind Rebirth. I would agree with that. But I feel like everyone still was like, you know, on the same page. Everyone still knew that it was coming, right? At least I felt like. Switch question mark? Man, if they get those games running on the Switch, that's going to be a goddamn miracle. I've seen them. If they get those working on the Switch, that's gonna be a fucking miracle. When did they announce Final Fantasy 16 on PC? When did this happen? I just saw it go by and, oh, literally like 3 hours ago. Like 30 minutes before I started stream, they announced it. Okay, that's how I missed this. I was like, how did I miss this? It literally just happened. 420p, maybe. It might run at 420p. Maybe. With no textures, they'll run fine. This long? There's not... Bloodborne is different. It's not an exclusivity clause. It's just Sony owns the property. Sony just owns the Bloodborne IP. This is another moment of cursed knowledge, and I hate that I just did that. That's nicer. Sorry, the organization part of my brain is kicking in. Oh, I do have more explosive rounds. I might want them. No, I'm bringing the shotgun. We're fine. We don't need it. Give me this. Give me that. Why is my shotgun not loaded? Oh, because I haven't been using it. That's why. I was like, what am I doing? Walking around with no shells in my shotgun. I didn't have the shotgun. That's why. How far are you? We're still pretty early on. We only just started a couple hours ago. And we're taking it slow. We're doing a more chill run. We're kind of just hanging out, to be honest. No sweaty runs happening yet. We're not doing any challenges yet. And then I'm going to need... Where did I put the fucking key? Shield key. There it is. All right. If you hack your PS5. Yeah, I've seen some videos around of that. Did you see the overwhelmingly positive first impressions on Silent Hill 2? Yeah, I don't trust them. I did see it. I don't trust them. I'm still... Nope. I'm still skeptical. Because look, you can say that it's good. But I watched like that, what was it, like 12 minutes of gameplay demo? And like, ugh. Okay, I did bring everything. We're good. I don't even think I'm gonna need the shotgun shells. I think that was, I'm not gonna need this much firepower, to be honest. I really liked the gameplay. Man, I didn't. I don't know. I'm still in skeptic territory. But unlike most Silent Hill 2 fans, I've actually played it. I'm sorry, but I'm also absolutely not sorry. Someone had to say it. All right, put the weapons down. Hey, man. Someone had to say it. Someone had to say it. I'm not ready for this. I brought so many heals, and I'm still kind of shitting my pants. Played this game for over 20 years, and I'm still not ready for this. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. I saved, right? I think I did. I vaguely remember saving. Fucker. Oh, come on! fuck you, I'll do this all day. Okay, maybe I won't. We're in the orange? No, that's crazy. Oh my God, I'm blocked. I'm glad that risk paid off. Ah! Oh my God. Oh my God. He's wrapped around me again. How's my health? Orange. Okay. Oh. I wasn't counting. Oh my God. Jan, could you not be such an asshole? I'm sick. I don't need this today. Oh my God, he's still alive. Fuck. Christ above. I'm almost dead. And I'm poisoned. We gotta hustle out of here. This is not good. That did not go well, but we managed. Okay, there's nothing else. Other than we gotta grab you. Man, I am in the orange and poisoned. This is really not good. We are in a bad spot. Original US version, all bosses have like double health. Is that true? That would make sense.
Am I poisoned? Give me the serum.
I need the serum. I know about the auto aim thing and just generally the difficulty being higher. Like, I think there's less ink ribbons and less ammo, if I'm not mistaken, in the US version. I could be wrong about that, but I feel like I heard that somewhere. I know for sure the ink ribbons are lower. I know there's less ink ribbons in the US version. And the auto aim thing. Boss health is news to me, and I feel like I've heard that there's less ammo, but I'm not entirely sure.
Barry?
Barry! This song is great. This is one of my favorite RE1 songs. Yeah, I'm not gonna need this. Give me my pistol back. I need a healing item. Oh. I've already got a double green. Yeah, when we started up the GOG version at the start of stream, I went to just interact with a typewriter. And, what's it? I found the ink ribbon thing on my own. That was a raw reaction to it on the spot. I was just like, wait, what? Some pickups were missing, like the clips on Richard's body. Chat, I grabbed the crotch clips off of Kenneth's body, right? Does anyone remember that long ago? I think I did, didn't I? I'm confused at this point because I played so many. That's like the thing with RE1 is there's how many versions of this game? Like at least 5. And they're all just very slightly different in tiny ways. So I struggle to keep track of them, especially because I haven't actually played all of them myself. But like, you know, you got your OG Japanese version, OG Western, like international version. And then you've got Director's Cut. And then you've got DualShock. And then you've got the PC version. And then you have Deadly Silence, the DS one. Like, there are so many versions of original RE1 that, God, it's so fucking hard for me to keep track of all of them. Like, I actually just have no idea at this point. I try to remember the little differences, but there's just so many. It's so difficult to actually do it. Had the ink ribbon things? Yeah. Didn't someone said though that the ink ribbons thing on the GOG version, someone looked it up and said that it was specifically on your first run of a Jill playthrough. There are no ink ribbons. Apparently Chris still has them, and if you do New Game Plus on Jill, they're there. There's some overlap with Chris and Jill in arrange mode. Yeah, it's a lot to actually try to keep up with. I feel like unless you're actually playing like all the different versions regularly, it's just impossible to even keep track of all the differences. This is the version that I know, like the best. This is my OG PS1 disc that I grew up with. This is the one I know. I've played a little director's cut on like the PS3 digital version. Like I bought it on digital for what, like $10, I think it was, just to have it. Just to have a director's cut copy. I've played the PC version a little bit, but like this is the version that I normally revisit. It's just the OG PS1 version. This is the one I'm familiar with. It was me that said that. There you go. Someone said it. I knew that. This was my first PS1 game. This was my first video game when I was little. There we go. All 4 of them. Remake is kind of just its own thing. At least I think of Remake as being a totally different game, rather than like a version of RE1. I just think of it as being its own beast, which is true for all the RE remakes for me. I don't think of them as like alternate versions of this game, or, you know, the respective PS1 originals. They're all just their own thing entirely, to me at least. Now we know when things started to go wrong. I don't know what you're talking about. I turned out fine. If I ever do have kids, you know what their first game is going to be? Take a guess. They're going to go through all the trauma I did. Whoa. I think my controller freaked out for a second there. Disconnected or something. Boom blocks? Fuck. Grand Theft Auto? No. Okay, maybe I've thought about this before. I've had this discussion with people. People are normally, it normally starts with like, would you let your kids play like adult games when they're little? And I'm like, yeah. Any child of mine would have to start with the classics. And I always think, what, like, part of me always thinks RE1. Like every time I'm like, I'll even whip out the hardware. It's in my storage room. Just fucking hook it up. Component cables and everything. Sit them down with it. This is what you're doing today. But then I also, one of them that I've thought back on a lot is OG Doom is one that I've thought about before. I've thought about OG Doom before. That would be a good place to start them. This is all purely, like, I don't even know if I'm going to have kids. This is all just purely hypothetical. I'm just like, man, where would I start a child on games? Pretty damn scary? Yeah. Give the, oh, I don't know. See, oh, I'm such a fucking wet towel with horror though. And I think it's because I grew up on like this and Silent Hill. I got the ever living shit scared out of me when I was really little by all this stuff. And now like I can't be scared by horror media at all. I'm so boring, like watching horror movies, playing horror games, whatever. Would I want to do that to a child? I wish I had that problem. No, you don't. It's not fun. Like, I like horror, but it's always like, I like it in a different way than most people do. Because most people like the thrill of being scared, right? Like, that's kind of the appeal. Whereas for me, it's more just like, I like seeing how people portray horror. It's almost more of a curiosity thing. Like, I do love horror media, but I don't get that that like thrill from it like people typically do. And it's probably because I grew up on this shit. At least that's what I've always thought. Traumatic than RE1 for me. I think the big one was Silent Hill. I think that's what fucked me up. Like looking back on it, I'm like, okay, this was like a little scary. You know, as a kid, the zombie like turning his head scene and all that. Like, yeah, that was pretty spooky. I think Silent Hill is what fucked me up. I think that's what did it. When you're making jokes with friends while watching them, it's not the same. That's true. That's true. I think it's where people get the most creative, but I don't enjoy being scared. I don't know. I love being scared, the feeling. Well, yeah, I feel like that part of it is lost on me entirely. It is like the problem. Like I'm more in like Tom's camp where I'm like, I like the creativity. I like seeing how people try to portray it and all that. But I never actually get that fear to kick in unless it's some cheap ass jump scare, which then I'm immediately gonna go, man, that was fucking lazy. What a stupid jump scare. Like, ooh, you got me. Good one. That's always my reaction to if I ever do get hit with a genuine jump scare nowadays. It was like, yeah, nice. Cheap jump scare. Good job. You outdid yourself. Oh, fuck. Ooh, oh, I'm not red. Now I'm red. This dog got into the worst spot, dude. This is not right. There. There. With the locker banging? Yeah. Yeah, Silent Hill, I'm pretty sure that's what scarred me as a child. More than RE, for sure. RE probably had a bit of that. Probably more RE2 and 3 than the original, for sure. Although the Hunters scared the shit out of me. The Hunters really scared the shit out of me, to be honest. Fear 2? I've played all the Fear games. I love the first game. That's about it. I don't really like any of the others afterwards. And even like the expansion packs for the first game just aren't great. But the first Fear I really like. The one, dude, Fear 3, like 2 is just kind of just, it's like, Like, I don't hate Fear 2. It's like, yeah, this is a very average game. Fear 3 sucks. That game just sucks. But that's the one that I'm like, man, what the fuck? What is this? What happened? Fear 3 was okay, but I don't know anymore. No, Fear 3 is like, that was the one for me that I was like, dude, what? Oh, what was that? Why did it bonk? Oh. A random typo that the bot, yeah, triggered on. I see it. Yep. Mascot horror, I feel, has way too many jump scares. If you're gonna do jump scares, you need to have a good setup. FNAF 4 is a good example. Yeah, I played the first 6 Five Nights at Freddy. Actually 7, because I played the VR game like years later. I didn't play it when it came out, but I eventually played the VR one. The VR one is fun, just for the novelty of it. But, yeah. I think 4, the first one and the fourth one are probably the best of the bunch there. I think 4 has better horror because it has there's so much tension to 4. Just in its gameplay and everything. I think 4 nails it with horror stuff. I feel a real anxiety playing 4. Condemned Criminal Origins is a banger, by the way. That is a very underrated game that is really good. I love FNAF Story. I kept up with it for a while, even after, like, I wasn't super into the games past 4. Like Sister Location, is that what it was called? I thought that game was kind of shit. The Pizza Sim one was good. I liked that one actually. But after the Pizza Sim one, the story went so downhill so fast that at this point I'm completely tuned out. I have not even heard anything about the story for like a year or two. I tried to stick with it, but no. I've totally dipped out at this point. We got into what I like to call what the fuck are we doing territory in the FNAF story. Past the Pizza Sim, I was just like, dude, what are we doing? Genuinely. What? Why? Couldn't care less. Yeah, from the VR game on. The VR game is where it's... Because wasn't the whole, like, story of the VR game that you're, like, a game tester who's testing, like, an in-universe VR game? And then what's his name? William Afton, the big scary man, the big meme man from the story, is, like, somehow his conscience was, like, digitally implanted into this game. And it somehow, throughout the course of you testing the game, it like takes over the player character's mind and your body like becomes a host for William Afton, who again, after dying in a fire, somehow his conscience is like digitally uploaded into this game. That's when it got to the point of like, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? That's when I decided to tune out. That's when I thought we had jumped the shark too many times. Like all in one go. And don't get me wrong. Five Nights at Freddy's stories and stuff, like lore, jumps the shark a lot. But that was too many shark jumps in like one brief period of the story for me to even be able to suspend my disbelief anymore. This Metal Gear Solid, it's so much worse than Metal Gear Solid. I feel like Metal Gear Solid isn't that bad. But I should say, I say that as someone who played every game in release order. Like, I don't think Metal Gear Solid lore or storyline is hard to keep track of at all. But I think that I played it in the order the story was told in, like, to the letter. Which probably makes it way easier, because that's not how most people would have experienced it, right? Most people with Metal Gear, especially nowadays, I'm going to be totally blunt about it. Most people get this awful, in my opinion, awful recommendation to start with MGS3. I don't know why people tell other people to start with MGS3, because in my opinion, you're out of your fucking mind. Did it do it again? Did it do the color thing? What's with that? What's with that? And again, let me hit it with a quick reboot. Because yeah, that's a new bug. Here, hold on a second. We'll see. The water is running from the upper water passage. There's something in the back. I played 2 first. Man, that would make it brutal. 3's very standalone, or as much as it can be. I feel like 3's story, despite being relatively contained, also relies so much on, like, context and knowledge from the games that come before. Batteries pulled out. Why the fuck isn't Leon on the vote? Yeah, it was just a general poll. I asked chat for the characters, and the first 3 that got thrown out were all RE1, so I just rounded it out with Wesker. I just made it a whole RE1 list. Because we're not playing the correct character, Chris. Blue herbs. This is one of my things with classic Resi. It's kind of with all the PS1 games. This was another thing that I cut out of the RE1 video script because it was just getting too long. It was in my notes, but I cut it. Why so many blue herbs? What is poisoning me this much? Nothing. Like, whenever I play any of these old RE1 games, I get poisoned maybe like once or twice the entire game. And, I mean, you can probably tell by now. That's not because I'm the greatest player ever or anything. It's just, what's poisoning me this much? Nothing. Where's this dog? Oh, man. It happened again. It's got to be on YouTube's end, I swear. After a reboot, it's got to be YouTube. All gray on that one? It's got to be YouTube. I swear. Oh, I just saw it. It just came up on my preview, which is delayed, but yeah, I just saw it. No, I'm not seeing it on OBS. I'm not seeing it. I think it's on YouTube's end. It's not the emulator, no. We've used DuckStation plenty. It just happened again. What the fuck? I'm not seeing it on anything other than the final product that's coming back from YouTube like 5 seconds after or more. I could try another reboot. Here. I'll hit it with one more just to see. Okay. I don't think rebooting is the issue. Whenever there is some weirdness going on between my 2 OBSs, rebooting it just works it out. I have other people's up to see. Well, it might not even be a global issue, False. It could just be like an encoding bug. Like, little things happen server side all the time. It might not be like a global thing, like everyone's stream is freaking out and going gray across the entire platform. That would be concerning. That would be concerning if it was the entire YouTube live platform having it. Being pre-rendered can be weird. I mean, we've done DuckStation all the time before. And again, it's not showing on OBS. It's only showing on YouTube's end. Like, after it hits the YouTube server and comes back to me, that's where I see it. Like, it's not happening in my applications. Goes over his camera as well. Yeah, thank you, Jess. It is happening to the entire stream, not just the game. I should have said that. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But yes. DuckStation's amazing. It's so good. I'm such a PS1 guy. And I remember when DuckStation came around at first, and I was like, holy shit. This works? Like, especially the texture warping and like the culling and all those fixes, PGXP. I was like, oh my god. This is the most incredible thing I've ever seen. Just should have been the games on PS1 and 2 emulator. Would have worked better, to be honest. If Konami had just been like, hey, could we have a little license, like a retail license for DuckStation? Paid whatever they needed to. Would have been way better than what they put out. Is that not what it is? MGS1 is running on an emulator. However, it's running on a proprietary emulation. It's running off of Konami's emulator. PCSX2 is also amazing because it's the same guys. The PCSX2 guys are the guys who made Duck Station. They did PCSX2 first. PCSX2, that's a lot to say over and over again, is a much older emulator by comparison, but it's the same team. Same team of people who do both. That's why. Don't say it just works. It does though. Duck Station just works. Genuinely. That's about that time. I'm sad to stop playing the game, but also, fuck my throat. Whoa. I mean, like, it's in a lot of pain. That's what I mean, okay? It happened again. I swear, it's not me. It can't be me. Brother. As soon as I said it, I was like, wait. Whoa. It's not what I meant, chat. Not what I meant. Actually, that would probably make it a lot worse. It's already painful enough. Anyway, it is about that time. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did enjoy, even with all the gray screen weirdness throughout the stream, leave a sub. Come back another time. We're doing this. We're doing Armored Core, Ace Combat, Metal Gear stuff. All sorts of stuff. We just hang out and we game. So come back anytime. If you haven't seen it yet, this morning I put up the first in a series of videos reviewing every Resident Evil game. First one is this game, original RE1. Remakes are getting their own videos as we get to them. That's linked in the pinned message. I linked the playlist. It's only one video right now, but the playlist is there if you're looking for it. Also, if you enjoyed, leave a like on the stream because algorithm. Thank you. If you're looking for links to anything outside of YouTube to engage the community, check out links in the description below, things like Twitter, Discord server, whatever. Those are down there. Other than that, though, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you always back here next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and goodbye.